Hey YouTube, this is Ronnie Wisdom here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about making mistakes. And this is a topic that I've been thinking about a lot recently. And I feel like in our society, why is everyone so scared to make mistakes? So in this video, we're going to be talking about the root of this and basically getting down to the fear, why it happens, and how mistakes can actually motivate you and help you grow. All right, so for the first part, I want to talk about why are people so scared to make mistakes. So in my opinion, personally, I think that this stems from a root of rejection and a root of fear, and then also tying in with failure and disapproval among society. And you're probably also wondering, where did this fear stem from? Where did it come from? And the first thing that I can think about is school. I can think back to kindergarten, and I remember getting a paper that was graded by one of my teachers, and I believe it was like matching or sorting, and it had X's going all down the paper. And I just remember seeing it and big red X's. I was looking at the other kids' papers, they had green check marks. My paper had all these red X's, and I asked my teacher, I'm like, why do I have X's? And she's just like, you did it wrong, it's not right. And I was like, okay, well, how can we work on it? And I remember sitting with her after class, and you could tell that she was upset that there were X's. She was really angry. And at the time, I wasn't able to pick it up with the way that she was teaching it. It was very intrusive, very invasive, very aggressive. She was sorting with me, and she's like, put yellow with yellow, put green with green. And I was doing it, but I wasn't really picking up the information. So later on, there was a teacher's aide. She was really laid back, really patient, and she was just teaching me about the matching. And she was like, you're gonna put these things together, make sure that they look alike, make sure that they're the same. So if I'm saying yellow with yellow, put the two yellow pieces together, right? We did examples and we did all these things, and eventually I got it, down and packed. When I had that test again within that next 2 weeks, I ended up passing it. I had like the green check marks as well, and I just thought, wow, that's amazing. I felt like if I didn't have the encouragement of that other teacher's aide, the other teacher at the time, I'm not sure about how I would have picked things up. So in saying that, that was a mistake that I had made back then, and I was able to transmute that into a positive learning experience, right? Another thing that I can think about is parents. When you're younger sometimes, or even being older, all ages, but your parents can say things, and these things can have a great influence on you in life. They can be really hard, really judgmental, and very critical. Why? A lot of the times your parents may have gone through things when they were younger, and it's coming from a place of love. They want better for you, but their words can have an adverse effect on you. They can tear you down, or they can actually make you hold you back in a sense. Of course, they don't mean it, but they want you to grow and prosper, and sometimes they may be teaching you from their viewpoint, and they may not know what may actually be best for you. All right, and then outside of parents, society, think about all the testing that we've done in schools, a lot of the things that we have to pass. And there's a lot of things where there's a system in place, but this system involves how do you say it? It basically encourages success, but the success is framed in a way where if you make a mistake, it's just like, it's just bad, it's awful. So I feel like people are carrying around this burden and this stress, and they're really scared to make mistakes. So in saying this, we're talking about all this stuff with mistakes, but getting into how can you transmute mistakes? What is the bigger picture as to what mistakes actually do? One thing that's huge, mistakes help you grow, They can transform your life. I feel like a lot of people are at the top. They don't talk about all the mistakes that they made on the way to getting to that place, You listen to a lot of people, and they say, I'm here, I'm doing this, and this was my journey. And they'll say there were some bad points during the process, but people really won't go in and talk about those nights where they had when they were working, nonstop. They won't talk about the setbacks that they had, the fear of not knowing how they'll be able to go forward. And these are conversations that in our society we need to have a lot more, because they're natural, they're normal. Everyone has them. But it's viewed in a point of fear because people don't want to make them. They don't want to have that disapproval. And knowing that a mistake is a stepping stone to success takes things to a whole nother level. Another thing that I can think about is learning how to drive. I remember when I was first driving, this was about 15, 16, and I was driving with my dad. And I was looking at the rearview mirror, but I wasn't looking at the side of the window to see the traffic coming. I started switching lanes without looking. I remember a car just slamming on his horn, and I was like, whoa. And my dad's in the front seat. He's going off. He's like, you gotta be looking in the window. And right then in that moment, it stuck to me. Next time you get in that lane or you're turning, look through that window to make sure no one's coming. And it's something that I still do till this day. I was able to take that moment, that mistake, transmute it, grow from it, put it into the books. For every time that you make a mistake, grow from it. If there's something that you don't know, keep searching for it, keep learning from it, transmute the experience. Another thing that I can think about is Spanish class, okay? I can speak fluent Spanish now, but I remember when I was back in like 8th grade, 9th grade, and I was taking a lot of Spanish classes, but there were certain things that I didn't know. And sometimes, the teacher would just be like, your classmate knows this, but I don't know why you're not getting it. And I remember at that time, by that teacher saying that was fueling me to grow more, fueling me to learn more things, fueling me to search up more words, watch YouTube videos, learn about the pronunciation. I didn't stop. And I think that that's something that's good, because if I did stop, I wouldn't be able to speak fluent Spanish today. Whereas on the parallel, there were some of my class members that were told the same things by this teacher. And of course, they may have dropped out of the Spanish class to say, Spanish isn't for me, instead of going further. So basically, y'all, the essence of this video is to let your mistakes fuel your growth. When you hear that mistake, when it happens to you, when you see it happening in living color, keep learning, keep growing, keep pushing forward, y'all. Don't stop on the journey. So I just wanted to drop you guys that piece of advice. Please drop your comments down below and let me know if you have any stories as well. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.